Mario Wonder is almost here, and it's definitely my most anticipated game for the holiday season. After the Mario movie, all I've wanted to do is just play a new Mario game, and while replaying the longest acronym known to man after a couple years did scratch that itch a little bit, it scratched it so lightly I could still feel it bubbling up, and if I didn't get a new Mario game soon, who knows what America would look like. Luckily, during the June 2023 Nintendo Direct, the apocalypse was circumvented. The reveal trailer makes an outstanding first impression by showing off the game's unique art style, which looks so good, and the pleasant music while showing off some of the most unique Mario levels I've seen in a minute. Some of the highlights include playable Daisy and playable Yoshi, which is super nice considering Daisy hasn't been in a mainline game since the damn Game Boy. More highlights include seeing an on and off switch in the mainline game, this flower, Bowser Jr. ? And more. A great first impression. Then we had the Mario Wonder Direct, which honestly didn't show much that blew my mind besides of course badges. I love the idea of badges, and depending on how they're implemented, I could see it being very fun for speedrunning. The online component is nice, although I don't know how much I'm actually going to do it. And they added gambling, so that's a plus. One thing I do really like about this game's reveal cycle is how I feel like we don't know much of the game outside of like a couple levels, which is really exciting. Now before we get to the hands-on impression, because I've played the demo, I feel like we must address the elephant in the room. That's right, Captain Toad's back in the game. I know we wanted him back since the very beginning. It's great to see him. I love Captain Toad. Just kidding. It's Elephant Mario. I love Elephant Mario. Give it up for Elephant Mario. Elephant Mario's awesome. I love him so much. The other elephants are just as great. And on the topic of the power-ups, the Bubble power-up and Jill are cool if they look a bit silly. Bubble's gonna be broken for speedrunning though. And now we move on to the demo, which has like 6 levels. The first level's cool and it has the main mechanic I have not mentioned, the Wonder Flowers. This already seems like it's going to be a lot of fun just from the demo alone. They use it to make a lot of the levels really stand out, and even at its worst, it still makes a spectacle. The first Wonder Flower in the demo has the Worm Pipe, and is a fun little gimmick to introduce you to it. It also lets you use the new Elephant power-up, which is pretty fun. I liked having an attacking move, and the animations looks pretty funny. The badges you're allowed to use in the demo were good too. I never used the blue ones, but the float jump and the float hat were great for speedrunning, and the crouch jump is a fun reference. The second level had a stampede of bulrushes, which showed how the Wonder Flowers can be pretty hidden because it took me a couple tries to find it. This level's gimmick was the stampede breaking the pole, and then when you follow the stampede, it led to like a really long pole. It was pretty fun. Then comes my favorite level in the demo, the one with the not a thwomp thwomps. They were like the ones that went up and down. The level's your average middle of the world level, but I love the Wonder Flower effect where the giant block comes down. It's so nerve-wracking. It also introduces the drill power-up, which is pretty fun to use. It reminded me of like a souped-up spiny helmet from Mario Maker. The Skedaddlers level is probably my least favorite. I like the enemy, but the level was overall kind of all over the place. The Wonder Flower is decent, but it's just like a run. It didn't have to do anything with the Skedaddlers. Then there's 2 bonus levels. The wall jump one was fun with a fun gimmick with the badge. And then the Piranha Plant one was cute. I like them using like the jingle from Mario 3. Now before we go, I'd like to share a story that shows the reach of Mario. While playing the demo, a kid came up to the handheld stations next to us, and he was so excited. He was telling his dad everything he knew about Mario Wonder. He was commentating to his dad as we played. It was a sweet father-son bonding moment. But then it went south. All of a sudden, the kid gets a Wonder Flower and says, "This music sounds like it's from Ohio." That was when I had to hold back an urge to kill a child. And those are my thoughts on Mario Wonder. It's looking pretty great, and I'm just so glad that Mario's back to having a really original adventure, because the last few have been pretty sterilized, if that's the word for it. You know, they have been kind of samey. So I'm really glad he's back in the limelight. He's got this big new adventure, and it looks like every level's going to have a brand new thing to explore, especially with the Wonder Flower gimmick. And I'm just so glad Mario is relevant again. Now here's where I'd usually have the music outro, but I just wanted to ask if you guys like this version of the State of stuff more, because I didn't know if I wanted to do a live gameplay with my thoughts live, or if I wanted to do this one which was scripted. So let me know which one you like more in the comments. Thank you. Bye.